So on the armrest here, we've also got the throttle. So we have the 3 positions. So back to idle, half speed, full speed. With this particular model, when you have it on idle, it does go into slow idle. So it actually is a lot slower than you're used to. But if you move the joystick or you raise the cutter bar or something like that, when you're in idle, you'll find that the engine RPM will go up to cope with the extra load. Otherwise, most time it's on full throttle as you're harvesting. When you're in road mode as well and you're driving down the road, you'll find you might put it in full throttle, nothing happens until you move the joystick, and then the engine RPM, it goes up. Coming onto the actual joystick itself, there's a number of things I'll go over. So starting with this button, which is the one that gets used the most. On this side we have the manual raise, and that side we have manual lower. So here it is actually 2 positions rather than just 1. So we have 2 positions. We have a slow and then we have a fast. The same for the lower. We have a slow and then we have a fast. Those there is manually raised, so you overtake any or take over any automatic. So your auto contour, that overrides all of that. For the auto contour, we have the 2 parts here. So this side of it, if I press that with the machine running and I press that like that, it would now go into the work position, and it would go into any of the 2 saved positions you've had. If I press it again, it will go to the other saved position. The same thing goes for this side, which is now what we use to go into our preset height. And here what we do, if we press that, just like if we go into the work position, this now goes into one of those saved positions. And the same thing, if I press it again, it goes into the other saved position. So this means the cutter bar is actually coming up as well as out of work if need be. So that's a quick insight to that one. Here we have the reel. So this is all the manual inputs for the reel. Just like here, we have the manual raise and lower. Here we can actually raise and lower the reel. And here we can push it forward and aft. So raise and lower, forward and aft, and because this is manual, when we use this and the cutter bar is in auto contour, what will happen is you override that. So the next time you go into auto contour, it'll go back into the automatic, so that won't be saved. The other one we have here is the cutter bar stop. That there, just press it once and the cutter bar physically will stop. It does the same thing as what you do for the other side. The second part of the switch we don't use on the TUCANO because we don't have a cutter bar brake. The other one, and that is this one here. This is what we call the favorites. So the favorites, again, just like we have on the other armrest and on the screen itself, we have this main one. So when I press that one, it always goes to the middle one, so number 1. If I use either of these 2, I can actually go 1 above. And the same thing, if I go press that one, I go 1 below that. And then I will use the toggle to then adjust it, and I'll come to that in a second. So using those 3 is my direct access into my favorites menu, and I'll come around to showing you how that favorites menu actually works. The other one we have on this side of the joystick is the auto button, and this is used for engaging our automatic. So our GPS steering, etc., that's how we would engage it, by pressing that one there. And if everything's up and running, when you press that, it'll then engage that. The other ones on the top now, here, we have the unloading engage, disengage, as well as the unloading tube in and out. So here we can push the unloading tube out or in. Once the tube has actually started moving, you can release it and the tube should go to the end. The other one to remember as well is with this particular machine, you can unload at any position that the actual unloading tube is in. So as long as it's off its cradle and out, we can actually start the unloading by pressing that one. The last little one is this one on the front. So I was talking about the favorites menu. So when I press the favorites button or select the menu that I want to adjust, I can then now toggle that one up or down, and I can increase or decrease whatever that menu I've asked it to do. So select the menu you want, and then this is what this one would do. So like the old machines that used to do the hotkey, this now does the favorites key.